I'm filming this for the third time on a different day because I hate how the previous one turned out. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, it's Dina here, back again with another video. So this video is by far the most requested things on my channel, which is how to improve your English or how to speak English fluently. Whenever I saw people commenting things like, I always thought, I don't really know, I just speak. But when I think about it, I guess there are some things that I did over the past few years to improve my English. So I'll try my best to give you some tips. I'm making this video because you guys requested it. My English is far from perfect, so I guess this video is for beginners, not for people who already know how to speak English well. Before you follow my tips, make sure you make these two preparations, which is firstly, have a mindset in which you want to learn English, not because you have to. This way, it's more enjoyable to learn English and it makes it easier for you to learn it. Secondly, tell your family or your close friends that you want to improve your English. Ask them to push you to study or learn English and ask them not to interrupt you. So, now that you've made the preparations, let's move on to the tips. First tip is to start speaking English. If you want to improve your English, there is no other way. You have to start speaking that language. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It is perfectly okay to make grammatical errors in the beginning. Just improve as you go. You can do this by start speaking English with your classmates. I did this when I was trying to improve my Mandarin. I asked the people in my previous class to talk to me in Mandarin, and whenever I talk to them in English, I ask them to respond back to me in Mandarin, so I don't speak English to them. I mean, that's just what I did. Maybe what you can do is to set a rule with your friends where during English class, science class, and maybe maths class, you guys have to speak English instead of other languages. This way, you guys can improve together and maybe motivate each other to practice English. If you have no one to talk to, don't worry. You can do this by talking to yourself. I mean, no one knows this, but when I'm home alone, I would always talk to myself. That sounds creepy, but that's the truth. I love to talk to myself when I'm cooking, when I'm doing my skincare routine, when I'm applying makeup. When I'm cooking, I would act like I'm in a cooking show and I would describe what I'm doing to no one. It sounds funny, but I really believe that when you do this, you'll improve the way you arrange your sentence. Plus, no one is watching, so you're not afraid to say what you want to say. Next, what I did to improve my English is by joining competitions that requires me to talk in English. Since I was in primary school, I've joined a few competitions that requires me to speak English, like storytelling competition, Eureka Beach House competition, solar boat competition, and school lab competition. These competitions really improve the way I communicate in English. Besides that, I think it's good for you to start speaking English to anyone. It could be anyone. Like, if you see foreigners when you're out, start speaking to them. Fun fact, if you guys know Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba and also the richest man in China, he actually improved his English by giving free guides to foreign tourists. Okay, maybe I should search something related to what he did. Okay, found it! When I was 12 years old, I got interested in learning English. I rode my bike for 40 minutes every morning, rain or snow, for 8 years to a hotel near the city of Hangzhou's West Lake District, about 100 miles southwest of Shanghai. China was opening up and a lot of foreign tourists went there. I showed them around as a free guide and practiced my English. So what I'm trying to say is that if he can do it, then you guys can do it too. Okay, next tip is to read aloud. I used this tip when I was around 11 or 12 years old. I had this problem where I would do well in my English exams, meaning I could write well, but I could not speak English well. I don't know why. I loved reading back then. I loved to read Geronimo Stilton and like Enid Blyton books, but like I don't get why I can't speak English well. So from there, I started to change my reading method. What I did was I would take out 5 minutes from my day to read an English material, whether it's novels, books, or like articles, and read it aloud before bed. After doing this for a while, I realized my English changed tremendously. You don't necessarily have to do it before bed. You can do it when you wake up, or you can do it when you're on the way to school if you go to school by car. If you go to school by car, you can also ask your parents to like listen to what you're reading. This way, you not only would improve your English, but both you and your parents could gain more knowledge. So you're basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone. While you're reading, if you come across a word that you don't understand, then you can search up for that word and maybe prepare a book for you to write new words that you found. I personally have a mini notebook where I would write new words that I found. Last time I used to use like colored pens to write it, and now it's just black and blue. But when you're looking for an English material to read, use resources that matches your level. Don't use text or listening exercises which are too easy or too difficult for you. Use materials that challenges you but don't frustrate you. If you want to start off with children books, then go ahead. Don't be in such a hurry to move up a level. Concentrate on the level that you are now and then move your way up. Third tip is to watch or listen English materials. Another thing that I used to do starting when I was 10 years old is I would watch YouTube videos. It was during the Bethany Moda and like the May Baby era. I mean, raise your hand if you watch them too. I loved watching DIY or like beauty and hacks videos back then. And then fast forward, when I grew older, around 13 years old, I had a problem with my self-esteem. I was really insecure back then. I mean, I still am, but I'm trying to get better at it. So because of that, I started watching videos on self-love or like tips on loving myself. Basically, starting from that, I watched a lot of videos of people talking about random stuff, and then without realizing it, I actually picked up the way they talk and actually improved my English speaking skill. Last year, I created a private playlist on YouTube called A Talk for myself. So now, whenever I come across videos of people talking like pep talks or like advice videos, I would quickly add that to my playlist. And then whenever I'm doing my house chores like ironing my school uniform, because here in Malaysia we wear uniform to school, when I'm baking or when I'm folding the clothes, I'll pick a random video from the playlist that I've created, and then I'll play it and I'll listen to it while I'm doing my house chores. You can also listen to podcasts, which I just found this app on my phone the other day. It's the podcast app, so you guys can listen to podcasts while doing something else, so you're multitasking. Videos that I highly recommend you to watch is TED Talk videos, because I've gained a lot of knowledge from that. Oh, and if you're using Android, I believe there's this app called Radio Public that's like highly recommended, so you guys can check that out. Furthermore, you can listen to English songs and you can also like sing to it, and maybe you can write down the lyrics if you want, and I think that can really improve your English too. You can also start watching more English movies where you can like pick up the slang so you can communicate better in English rather than sounding like you're just reading off an English textbook. Basically, just listen or watch things that you're interested in so it's more enjoyable for you. Okay, we've come to the fourth and last tip, which is to write or type in English. Build confidence in using English through typed conversations. Typing online allows you to choose the right words and also allows you to detect grammatical errors on your own. So, starting from now, try to type in English, whether you're texting a friend, whether you're tweeting a tweet, or writing an Instagram caption. If you make mistakes, trust me, it's no big deal. But if someone corrects you, be open to constructive comments. Some comments may sound harsh, but try to accept it in a positive manner. An equally important tip is to get help. If you don't understand something, then you've got to ask someone, right? So you can ask your teachers, your parents, or your friends who are good in English to help you. Don't give up. Sometimes you'll feel like you're not learning quickly enough, but everyone feels like this, so don't worry about it. You'll get there in the end. You are never too young or too old to start speaking English, so be proud of yourself for making an effort to learn English. I'm proud of you. Like, high five, like. I know it's not easy, it's not gonna happen overnight, but it will get easier in time, inshallah. So be patient. So I wish you all good luck. If you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up so I can make more videos like this. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to tap the notification bell so you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye!